Hello everyone, Darren Hardy here. Wow. This was a big week, wasn't it? I mean, all the previous 4 installments that we've done just prepares you for this week. The grand design. What you know traditionally as goal setting, but hopefully this time with all the preparation of identifying your strengths and where your opportunities are and what you're grateful for and what the future could look like, that you set some big, hairy, bold, audacious ones going forward the next 10 years and in 2010. So that was a big installment. Installment number 5 we put out on Tuesday, and then Thursday we covered the magic factor, the one thing that turns goal setting into goal achieving. Hopefully you took that serious and got some great benefit out of that. And maybe you haven't even started it yet, so be sure to carve out some time on the weekend to get that done. And let me do this. Let me reach out and put my arm around your shoulders. If you haven't finished all the exercises up to this point, let me just say it's okay. I understand. I mean, I know that it's difficult to find the time when the world is still spinning at 16,000 miles an hour around the sun and life is going on and you have your friends and you have your spouse and you have your job and you have your employees and everybody's pulling on you, trying to beg, borrow, and steal additional time and distracting you off your course. Where do you find the time to start to contemplate your life, take a pause and see where you want to go from this point forward? I know that it's difficult. I wish I had you for 2 days solid in a workshop where we could just, roll up our sleeves, gut it out, in one sitting and get the whole plan done. We don't have that luxury, so you're going to have to continue to be diligent in finding the time to get this process done. I know that it's difficult and distracting unless you've been living under a freeway somewhere as a hermit. Life has its challenges. So I also want to ask you to consider this though. This past weekend, it was all these playoff games. Did you find time to watch the playoffs? Did you carve out 2 or 3 hours for that? Or how about did you catch up on your what's happening on Brothers and Sisters, or what's the update with CSI? So trust me, there's time in the week to get this difficult work done. I read a quote earlier this week as part of my reading routine, and it said, there's one thing that failures and successful people have in common. They both hate to do the same thing. They both struggle with the same things. The difference is that successful people do it anyway. So that's what I'm asking you to choose, is to be a successful person. It is hard, it is difficult, life is distracting, but do it anyway. Choose to be a successful person and not just fall by the wayside and, drift back into the herd of mediocrity of what everybody else does, allows their New Year's resolutions to go to waste, not follow through on their goals, not follow through on their commitment pledge that you wrote from the very beginning. So I want to encourage you to keep going. If you're behind, no problem. Stuff happens, right? Get caught up. Carve out 2 or 3 hours this weekend. Get away from your house. Turn off your cell phone and BlackBerry and just go somewhere where you can go through the process. It's actually great to do it in one sitting. So it doesn't matter whether you're 2, 3, 4 installments back. You're just getting started right now. Plenty of time. Get yourself caught up. Give yourself a break. Get away and go and do the work. And so I just want to encourage you, it's worth it. Your spouse, your friends, your employees, your business, and your future grandkids, and most importantly, your future you depends on the choices that you're making right now as part of this process. So one of the other things I wanted to ask you about is, how did your 360 review go? That's tough work, isn't it? I don't know about you or who you asked, but I asked my father and I asked my spouse. And, it's always interesting to see the feedback that you get. I thought I had, identified some things that I was confessing to, but they also illuminated some things that I probably do need to put a little bit more awareness to. So hopefully you were challenged by that exercise as well. I got to do my 3rd one today. In fact, I have my peak performance partner, my good friend Landon Taylor, who's an executive, owns a TV network. We talk every Friday, keep each other accountable on our goals, and I need to ask him his observations of me and complete the 3 people of the 360 review. So I'm still trying to catch up on that installment as well. So with that, I want to encourage you also to read the comments below this video. There are questions other people have written in about that I've answered in writing, so you might take a look at some of those and see whether they match some of the questions you've got yourself. And then also, look at the notable comments that are below that as well. These are people who are finding great inspiration, life-changing transformation experiences is going as part of this process. Borrow from their experience and their successes in order to invest in the energy and effort you need to see the process through yourself. So I encourage you to take a look at some of those, meet some of the people below, leave your own comments, join the like-minded community of people that are seeking greater heights for their life and for the experience that we're all on in this journey called life. So with that, I'll leave you to read the comments, and next week's going to be another exciting week. We have the plan of action, how we take these big goals and actually create an execution plan to get them accomplished. So stay tuned for week 4 in the process of designing the best 10 years of your life. Have a great weekend, everybody.